Yes, people, we are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another edition of the ManDem United podcast, the podcast dedicated to all things Manchester United. So please keep all your comments, all your questions, Manchester United related, please. Of course, we just had the Europa, well, earlier on today, we had the Europa League draw. So myself and Eddie will be discussing that, as well as the Real Betis game that happened yesterday, and looking forward to the FA Cup game against Fulham on Sunday, and answering all your other questions as well. But before we get into that, Eddie, what are you telling me? You good, fam?
I'm good, fam. You know what though? I feel like I might have led people astray a little bit, dog.
Go on. Go on.
I should have known better. As they say in certain parts of Italy, I'll just put my own little remix on it. It's
Go
the
on.
history of the Arsenal. You know what I'm talking about?
Talk
This
about it. The
is
floor is yours.
this is Europe, people. You know, some people got pedigree, some people don't, and Arsenal really don't.
Facts.
How does
Facts.
it feel? But you know what? I hear. You know, this is a great. I don't want to be compared to them at any point in time. You wanna know why?
Go on.
And we'll leave this. We'll dead this Arsenal talk after this.
Yeah.
I heard people say losing trophies was a good thing.
That is crazy. That is a
I heard
crazy
I
take.
heard
That
people
is a
saying
crazy take.
losing trophies is a good thing.
Yeah.
That's what I saw. So okay, people, listen. If losing trophies is a good thing, hey man, that prep stuff, go ahead and put that to the side. Y'all worry about next year, man. Y'all can lose some more trophies, and worry about other big. What other bigger things do you have to worry about?
Yeah.
You got bigger fish to fry, right?
They do
Go
have bigger
ahead,
fish.
man. Y'all got some minnows to fry, man. That's what y'all got to fry, man. Y'all ain't got no fish. Y'all got goldfish, and I heard that's illegal. I heard you can't do it to goldfish like that. Oh, come on, man. Oh yeah, we listen. If they win the league, it is what it is. Who cares? But I don't want it to be compared to them, bro. We gotta have bigger sights. You know what
Yeah.
I'm talking about? We gotta hopefully City do the three-peat thing, and then we can just worry about them being the true what I'd say marker of what the Prem can be. But yeah, we move, man. We move.
Yeah. So
Sevilla, y'all gonna
talk
get this
about it,
work.
fam.
Y'all gonna
Floor
get
is
this
yours.
work. Y'all did
But
it to yourselves. You did it to yourselves. Y'all should have just lost. You should have just lost. That way you wouldn't have to play us. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm loving it. The only now I'm a big on heretic, so we got them boys from Italy on our side of the table. That's the only. But they're not even that good. It's not that they're good.
mm,
Is that they know how to win big games. You know what I'm
true,
talking about?
true.
Like that's the thing. Like when you dealing with a team that knows how to win big games and is
Mhm.
playing desperate because I was listening to I watched the game again. They're talking about it on the broadcast.
Yeah.
If they don't get that 15-point drop down thing reversed,
Yeah.
the Europa League is their only avenue to Champions League.
That is true. That is true.
And so they're going to be gunning for the title like we are, of course, but the difference is like I think I think we're a bad matchup for them. I really
Absolutely.
do.
We are bad matchup for everybody in this
Yeah.
competition. I said this from the jump.
Yeah.
We're the favorites for this competition. People looked at me like I was crazy. People in the comments looked at me like I was nuts when I said, yes, we'll get past
It's
Barcelona.
crazy.
We beat Barcelona. I said, yes, we are better in this. We are favorites for this competition over Arsenal. People looked at me
Mm.
crazy. I'm not going to lie. I did expect Arsenal to get through yesterday. And as soon
Yeah.
as they went one goal up, I clicked off because I expected them just to do the business. And then I turned
Yeah.
back and it was 1-1. And even as the game was in, I watched the majority of the second half, all the extra time and the penalties as well. I'm expecting them to do the business. But that's just
Yeah.
opened up the competition even more so for us. That's how I'm looking at it. The draw, I would have been happy with whatever it is. There's only slight. Would I have preferred Union Saint Gelo, the Belgian Pro League team? Absolutely.
Yeah. Because I'm
But
trying to see
go.
Peter cry. That's
Oh yeah,
that's about it
absolutely.
with them. That's where I started in with them. But yeah, continue.
Absolutely. Nah, absolutely. But there was no part of the draw. There was no draw we was gonna get that I would be unhappy about or fearful about because I think we beat any team in this competition. Ideally, I
Hmm.
didn't want to see Sevilla because number one, I just wasn't trying to see another Spanish team. Because one thing
Yeah.
about Spanish, whether you're playing a Spanish team, whether it's an Italian team, a French team, a German team, the crowds are up for it. They're always spirited for a period of
Yeah.
time. Yes, we beat Betis 4-1, but let's not forget how that game was at 1-1 at OT. because we put the tie to bed in the first leg. Look what that second leg was. I said this. Imagine we went there and it was 1-1 or we was up 2-1. That place was rocking and they
Crazy.
4-1 down. It's not, I'm not saying Manchester United can't get past it. What I'm saying is it's spirited and it makes it much more tough. Same way, if we play Juventus, is it going to be easy? No, but I expect to get past Juventus. But going to Turin won't be easy. Same way if Sporting win. Because for those that don't know, obviously Manchester United drew Sevilla, and then our potential semi-final is either Juventus or Sporting. But if it's
Is that
Juventus,
what they? Is it Juventus or Sporting?
yeah,
I
yeah,
thought it
yeah,
was
Juventus.
somebody else. No.
That's Juventus or Sporting, yeah, yeah, yeah. And then you've got
Lord have
Leverkusen,
mercy.
USG, and then a couple other teams, like Roma and somebody else over the other side of the draw. That's
They
what it
really
was.
want us playing Jose. That's all I can say.
Yeah, they can get to the final on the other side as well. Before we continue, though, let's bump up the likes. We are in double figures. Let's get up to 20 likes, people. Let's get up. Let's hit 20 likes. Make sure you share this across all of the socials as well. All them social media apps you are active on. Share this and subscribe to the channel. We're currently at 5,772. We're aiming for 3 new subscribers, people, before this live stream is done. Only 3. Only looking for 3 people. So get us to 5,775. Get your questions in. Just keep it Manchester United related. Like I said, whether it's the Europa League quarterfinal, the potential semi-final, the potential final, if it's the Betis game from yesterday, if it's the Fulham game, if it's something else you want to discuss, get your questions in. And of course, if you super chat as well, we will get straight to it. But yeah, in regards to it, yeah, there was no draw I was going to be unhappy with. It was just more favorable. Like if you're asking me, yes, bring me Union St. Gillo. That would have been my first choice. You know what I'm saying? Because of the way people were talking up Roma, I was like, yeah, bring me Roma. But Sevilla at home, are we at home? Let me check. I've actually got the brackets. I can check now to see if we're at home first. Because I think we're at home first in the quarterfinal. But if we make it to the semi-final, we're away. 1 second.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're at home first to Sevilla. So the first leg is at Old Trafford. Second leg is at their place. Then if we get past whoever Juventus or Sporting, whoever gets through that tie, we'd play the away leg first and the second leg at home. I like that. I'm not gonna lie. In the semi-final, I think we should do what we should do to Sevilla, what we did to Real Betis. That's what we should. Like the same thing I said. Kill the tie dead in the first leg, and then it makes the second leg just a glorified. It makes the second leg pretty much a glorified friendly. Like you can make change. Like legit. That's how I'm looking at it. But your thoughts, obviously, Sevilla, Juventus or Sporting potentially.
Well, yeah, they lost a lot of people. I think that's number one. And you look at their standing in La Liga, they're actually fighting for relegation.
They're doing really. I'm
They
gonna check now.
haven't. Yeah, they haven't been. They haven't been well. You look at who we've beat from that league.
Facts.
Top of the league, Barcelona. I think about 4th to 5th place is where you'll find Betis. And yeah, Sevilla's at the bottom. So there's no excuses. And I think Ten Hag understands that. I think he understands that we have to learn to build up the type of character that wins you these kinds of matches, your quarterfinals, your semifinals. And a game like Sunday is exactly what we're talking about, right? Because when we get to a point where we'll have the money for squad depth, what has to be understood from the first guy to the 11th to the benches, every game matters. And I think at a base level, that's what Ten Hag has really instilled in us. Like that's the crazy part. Think about people question why you're using your strongest 11 or one of your stronger 11. If Arsenal had used its strongest 11 in that 2-2 draw, I don't think that's even a 2-2 draw. If they had started out with their strongest 11 in that game right there, I don't think it goes 1-1. I think it might be a 2-0 because I think the quality gap is that big when they're really playing that well. And so you see, we didn't take it for granted. You still had your Brunos, your Casemiros. I said Anthony had the flu, so that's good news. Hopefully, it's nothing too major. He'll be ready for Sunday.
We need to talk about him because that's my biggest issue with him.
Yeah, the availability.
That is starting to become a problem. You injured a
Mm.
little bit too much where I'm looking at you going, We'll go on, carry on. We are definitely gonna
Yeah, no, no,
discuss
I
that.
hear you. I hear you. You talk about who else was out there? Your Martinez, your
Yeah,
stalwarts, the
Rashford.
people
Yeah,
who,
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
We had
Rashford,
first teamers
yeah,
out there, hundred
we have
percent, hundred
first
percent.
teamers out there, and like I said on the stream, this international break couldn't come fast enough because
Facts.
we're dropping like flies, and
Well,
I still think we have enough in the tank to beat Fulham. 1-0,
absolutely.
2-0. So it's gonna be a scrappy game because that's how Fulham bring it. They've been solid. They've been kind of teetering towards the back
Mhm.
half, but they've still been a bit solid. So I think we can get a 1-0, 2-0 kind of result, maybe 2-1. It'll be close. I think it'll be closer than we wanted to,
Yeah.
but I just think we have enough tactically and quality in the team to get the job done. I think it's gonna be a Sabitzer Fred thing.
I think he's
I
gonna have to
can't.
be.
Excuse me. I'm sorry. Oh my god.
I'm not trying to see McFred.
Let
And
me
I'm not trying
see.
to see McBitzer either. So yeah, hopefully it is Fred and Sabitzer. I like Sabitzer. I'm a big fan. Eddie will be back shortly, people. Let me run through some of the comments as well. Big up to K Wizzy, you said tell him Ed obviously was talking
Come
about the
on, K
start.
Wizzy. What up,
Big up
though?
to Marcel who says big up the gang.
Sally Cell.
Flawless and Eddie, two of the realists. We turn water to Henny. Big up to Marcel. And yes, we just dropped
Hey,
the
man.
Take Note EP as well. Free 4-track EP.
Congrats.
You know what I'm saying? So that's
Congrats.
out now on all streaming platforms. I'm going to do some listening party for it at some point, probably tomorrow, if not during next week. But at some point this month, I will do that for the You Fucked Up
That's what's
video
up.
and the
That's
EP
what's
as
up.
well, people. 110%. I will do. K Wizzy says Pog back free,
Whew.
Yeah, whoever it is, I don't. And again, people take it as if I'm being disrespectful. I don't think all the teams in this
No.
competition are bums. I just don't fear
Yeah.
anybody. There's a
Yeah.
difference. Can you lose any given any game? Of course, but over 2 legs, we beat any of these sides.
Yeah.
110%. We beat Sevilla to me, who I just checked now. They're literally Eddie was right. They are 2 points off the relegation zone. I'm sorry, I'm not fearing any team who are 2 points off the relegation zone. Because if Manchester United were 2 points off the relegation zone in 13th, people wouldn't fear us. People will be like,
That's
so
what
I'm
it
not fearing
is.
this Sevilla side. I'm sorry. And I've not watched them like that, but looking at them from the table, like 25 games, they've conceded 40 goals. They've scored 29 in the league, minus 11 goal difference. They've played 25 games and have 28 points. Bear in mind, we beat Barcelona from this league. We beat Real Betis, their neighbors. Now we're going back to Sevilla again to face Sevilla. And I think we're going to dunk on these. This is a favorable draw. I didn't realize Sevilla was so bad.
Yeah.
Someone had mentioned
Yeah.
it earlier.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
realize they were so bad in terms of the league. They are legit in a relegation scrap. They are. Like, we just seen Patrick Vieira get sacked for less.
Man, that was dirty. They did my
Yeah.
dog dirty as
Oh,
hell
yeah, yeah,
too.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
That
yeah.
was crazy.
Like, that's it. But yeah, I ain't really trying to see Pogba. But, it is what it is. Star-Lord says,
Hey,
I'm
to
happy
be
with...
honest,
I ain't
that's
really
my
trying to see,
dog.
but
But
he don't seem to be able to stay fit. But you know what? I can see
exactly,
him getting fit for those two
exactly.
games.
Well, yeah, it's tough. It's tough because even if he is fit,
Hmm.
from what I've been seeing, they just don't rock with his unavailability. So even if he is fit, he's coming off the bench, right? He's not.
True, true, true,
They're
true.
not start like they're talking about getting money back with that brother, you
Mhm.
know, because I don't. It's just been a crazy season for them. A season that started out with so much promise,
Mhm.
and then you look at how far Napoli is in the table. Like it's like 20 points or at least a 10 point cushion between them and second place. Like it's Napoli. It's been Napoli's year, so
Yeah.
I yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if they lost to Sporting.
Bless me.
I actually wouldn't be shocked if they
Nah, it
lost to Sporting
wouldn't surprise me either. Wouldn't
because
surprise me either.
Allegri, um, he's on a roll, but it's because he plays in Italy that he's on that roll. If you, in my opinion, right? And then you just played Freiburg. You didn't really play one of the top flight German teams,
True that.
and
True
you
that.
won. You won off a penalty, and you won 2 games 1-0. Like you're not even being explosive. And I think one of the other games it was a Di Maria Worldy that was the difference. So I look at us and yeah, I'm of the same mindset to where because these teams have heritage, like I say, if you have the heritage, that means you have the belief. Even on your worst days, you have the belief that you can win any European Cup game,
Absolutely.
right? Like you just know the formula. You just know what it is. You just know how to handle those nerves, and so I
Facts.
think that's the thing that I like about our team as well is our spine has been in some of the highest competitions that football can offer.
Yes.
So we don't go into these games scared and hesitant. Like that was the
Mhm.
thing that with Ollie. I don't even like saying his name, but we used to call a spade a spade. If you can't get past the semis, that's a tactics, that's a nerves thing, especially
Facts.
when you have the better team.
Yes. It's not
Um,
like we're underdogs going into those games.
yeah, we were not underdogs. We just didn't have what it took mentally to get over the hump, and
Hmm.
so teams capitalize on our fragility. Like when you look at that last time we were in the Europa League final, we just didn't even show up, and we were. And the crazy part is we were still in the game. We just didn't show up.
Hmm. We were still in the game. It still took to penalties for them to
The
beat us, and that
penalties for
was just
them to
our
beat
worst.
us.
No, you right?
So it's gonna be fun to see. I'm so glad that hopefully we get bodies back after the
Mhm.
international break. I think I think it starts like April 11th, so maybe a week after we get back, you have a couple games, and then
Yeah, it's
you're back
April.
into
It's that week, April the 13th and April the
April
20th will be the
13th.
two
There
games.
we
Yeah.
go. Yeah,
April
yeah,
11th, obviously, is the Champions League, the start of the Champions League games, quarterfinals.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's perfect.
Well,
It's
yeah.
perfect, man. I just like our chances. I just hope that yeah,
Absolutely.
we get a bunch of brothers that we need back healthy. Number one on the list being Erickson.
Yes. That being
Um,
said, sorry to cut you
yeah,
off.
no, no worries. Keep going.
Somebody said in the chat now you like this that Ten Hag said he's back after the international break.
Hopeful, like
That's
yeah,
what someone
man.
said.
But
Someone said,
because it's like when they say after the international break, are they like immediately after, or are they like sometime after? You know what I'm talking
I'm
about?
not sure the detail. Yeah, I get what you're
Right,
saying, but
right.
anytime in April,
Anytime in April, we
April
need that.
is a
We
massive
need that,
benefit
man.
because then you
Yeah.
got Ericsson, Sabitzer, Casemiro, Fred.
And
Like all of a
hopefully it's
sudden we got options.
Martial. Hopefully
Yes,
Martial.
even if it's for
You
a
know?
game, just
Yeah,
give me 45
exactly.
minutes. Just give me
45
40.
minutes.
Give me 45 minutes, man. That's
Yeah,
it.
that's it. People like that's what we need. Like we're at the point now where we have been just holding on by a thread, man. I'm looking at this team, looking at the team yesterday, and I'm like,
Mm.
nope, no Anthony,
Yeah.
no Garnacho,
Yep.
no Martial,
Hmm.
no Erickson,
Hmm.
and no excuses.
Facts.
No excuses. We still won 1-0. I didn't even was Shaw out there? Was Shaw
Nah, sure.
on the
Yeah, it was
bench?
Malasia. It was
No
Malasia.
Shaw. No Shaw.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, it's a testament to the manager. Every time we see him rise up to the occasion, he
Yeah.
even put a little bit of that good judge on Arsenal talking about them injuries. Next thing you know, we got man in the AFTV reactions blaming Ten Hag. Shout
It's
out to
crazy.
that judge. You know what I'm talking about? That Viking judge got to him. That Amsterdamish judge got to him. So hey, man, we move, dog. We move.
Now we do. Hey, and before we continue, you lot get us up to 20 likes. Currently at 16. Get us up to 20 likes. Like check 1212. Subscribe to the channel if you are new as well. We're only looking for 3 new subscribers before this stream ends. Only 3 people. Get us up to
Yeah, y'all can do that. Y'all can
5,775.
subscribe to the thing.
That's okay. I know there's some new people locked in. And of course, on top of that, share this across all of the socials as well. Don't forget, link for the membership is in the pinned comment. You lot continue to get your questions in. Starlord says Manchester conquering Spain in 2023. I like the fact we're putting to bed this whole United don't do well in Spain. Yes, it's Europa League, but that was something people was talking about. Even though we finished second in the group, we beat Sociedad away in Spain. We drew away to Barcelona. We just beat Betis. Now we're playing Sevilla. Like, I'm all for it. K Wizzy says, I'm shook of Jose, not gonna lie. I don't know why. I think this is just a name thing. I don't get why people are shook of Jose in that Roma team. I was having this conversation yesterday and I still don't understand it.
You know,
I
it's
still don't
like
understand it.
it's the bro, it's the boogeyman effect. you don't see him. You don't see him, but you still think he's there. Like it's like it's
It's a
that fear he
boogeyman
put.
effect.
Yeah, man. It's just like it's Jose in a cup competition, man. You know the stories. You know the horror stories. You know the dreams crush everybody. You know, so and he's the
Yeah.
perfect one to ruin a party. Perfect one to ruin a Manchester United party.
Yeah, if we do make the final and they do make the final and we lose to them, that's on us.
Oh yeah. But
That's on us.
I'm saying, but bro. If anybody could like, it's like the Godfather of the shithousery. You know what I'm talking about?
I
It's the
hear you. Maybe
Godfather.
maybe it's because I just like Jose just not, and bear in mind, people, Jose is my second favorite manager of all time. Like, let's not get
Mm.
it mistaken. Like, I rate him highly.
No,
The
his
run
team
he
ain't nothing. His
the
team
run
ain't
he had,
nothing.
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, his team ain't. Yeah.
If he had the tools at his disposal to do something. Mourinho's not that anymore. There's a reason he's at Roma. Because K Wizzy said Jose probably the best manager in Europa. Absolutely not. Ten
Yeah.
Hag is a better manager.
Yeah.
Jose cannot get a top job anymore. Like, let's call a spade a spade. Jose Mourinho in 2023 cannot get a top job anymore. There's a reason he went to Spurs. There's a reason
Yeah.
he's now at Roma. Let's
Yeah.
not do this. No top team. And when I say top team, let me be specific. I'm talking obviously the big four in England. We're talking PSG. We're talking Real Madrid, Barcelona, Bayern Munich. None of those clubs are looking at him. Mourinho at once upon a time is always linked. Look at the teams he went to. He was at
Yeah.
Chelsea. He's been at Real Madrid. He's been at Manchester United. Like, he's been at the biggest of the biggest clubs. That's not him no more. This guy doesn't compete for Premier League. Not even the Premier League. He does not compete for domestic titles no more. That's no longer Mourinho. He's the Portuguese Pellegrini. That's who he is. He's Pellegrini. Was once there competing for titles. Doesn't do that anymore. Because Pellegrini, I believe, Betis won the Copa del Rey last year or the year
Dog, how
before.
beautiful was
Need to
it
double
beating
check.
him though? I can't even front. I still got beef with that brother, but
Oh, you still got beef
it
with
was.
Pellegrini? Well,
Oh,
we kicked
of
him on the way
course.
down. You know what I'm
That's what I'm
saying?
saying. That's what I'm saying. I needed that, man. You already know. I don't
We
even
kicked him
like
on the way
bringing up the
down.
year, though. I don't even want to bring up the year, but
Nah,
yeah,
I
I
hit.
need,
We kicked
I
him on the
needed
way
that.
down.
I
And
needed
K Rizzy says, I was meaning after Ten Hag. Cool. And the King guy says, bro, don't disrespect Jose. What did I say that was incorrect?
No, hey, King Kai, look, we ain't disrespect. He didn't disrespect Jose at all.
Just
He said
I
it's
didn't.
not Jose's. It's not Jose. Jose is not the reason he doesn't respect that side. He's practically the only reason he has like this much respect
Yes.
for him.
The only time
When
I'm
you,
facts.
When
Because
you look at,
I said this
like, yeah,
yesterday, if Manchester United had Jose Mourinho at the helm, Chris Smalling, Nemanja Matic, Gini Wijnaldum, Dybala, and Tammy Abraham, we would get called bang average. Someone tell me I'm lying. If that was the Manchester United team and we had those 5 players with Mourinho in charge, we would get laughed at and called a
oh
bang
yeah,
average side. But because they're not in Manchester, they're not in the south of
it's
Manchester,
all
they're in the
good.
south of Italy. I even know if Rome's in the south of Italy. But because they're in Italy, all of a sudden I should be scared. And no, they're not a great side. They're a bang average side. And if they were to play, if we do play them in the final, if they make it and they beat us, guess what the talk will be? Not about how great Roma is, it'll be about how we fumbled. The
Hmm.
conversation will be about how we fumbled. Roma are not a good side, people. Like I said, let me repeat. If Manchester United in 2023 had Jose Mourinho in charge with Chris Smalling, who was deemed not good enough for Manchester United, Nemanja Matic, who was deemed not good enough for Manchester United, Gini Wijnaldum, who was deemed not good enough for Liverpool, Tammy Abraham, who was deemed not good enough for Chelsea, Dybala, who is in 2023. Come on, man. Come on, man. Let's call a spade. We'd get called bang average. But because they're
Mm,
in Italy, all of a sudden we should be worried. No, I'm not.
yeah,
Mourinho, there's no disrespect on Mourinho's name whatsoever. When is the last time this man competed for a domestic league title?
just tell the truth, people. Don't try
Like,
to
let's just tell the
sugarcoat it.
truth. And bear in mind, I'm saying this and I said Mourinho is my second favorite manager of all time. All time, people. So I'm saying this as a fan of the man. Mourinho in his prime, in his pomp, ridiculous.
Dog,
Prime
crazy.
Mourinho, different.
Prime, you don't like. There's only so
Different.
many managers who have ever been a part of big time football who can really talk to Mourinho. Like
Facts.
so, again, people,
Different.
you have to provide. You have to understand the context behind the words. He's not just saying things. Like, why they just saying, yeah, Mourinho is this, Mourinho is that. He's provided you the context behind the words. Now, aside, see, I answer your question. We're not saying Jose is falling off. The results tell you Jose
Yes.
is falling off. Not just us saying, oh, because we want to say Jose is garbage and all. No. What have the results been since he left United? And honestly, since that two trophy winning season, and that we want to talk about that two trophy winning, where do we finish, people? Right? Yo, it's not computing. The math ain't mathing for people
Nothing,
that still
nothing.
have this level of reverence when you look at what exactly he's done when given an opportunity. Now, again,
Right.
I'm starting to the Spurs tenure. I'm starting to just say, you know what? Ain't nobody safe in that job, right? Because they brought Mourinho down a level and they brought Conte down a level lower than I thought he could ever be. They turned Conte into a traffic cone guy. Like he just be telling people where to walk and run. He don't even give directions no more. I'm convinced. Like the not even a traffic cone. Let me give respect to traffic cone guy. The ticket man, the ticket. Y'all got ticket people out there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
So
do.
you
Yeah, yeah.
already know, like
Traffic
they don't
wardens. Yeah.
traffic. They don't do much. Just yell, show you a piece of paper, put it on your windshield. That's it. They don't do much. They're not helping the community. What
Right.
y'all doing to help us? By giving tickets. You're helping the state, of course, because they get paid off that. But
Yeah.
that's what Conte's doing right now.
Facts.
He's
And to
not
Assad,
doing nothing but
you
yelling
saying
and getting them some money.
facts. So you're saying Jose fell off hard. The footballing
Yeah.
world tells you fell off hard. Mourinho, all
Yep.
right, Mourinho's this demon in Europe. When's the last time he won the Champions League?
The conference league don't count, people.
Yeah, if you want to give him the Conference League, cool. If you want to give him the third tier European
But that's his
competition,
level.
cool. But exactly my point. Mourinho, with the thing that's crazy is Mourinho's good enough to win a Conference League. I go one further. Mourinho is good enough to pick you up a Europa League. He's good enough to win you a Carabao
Mm,
Cup. He's good enough to win you a FA Cup. But when it comes to top tier trophies, he doesn't win them anymore. When's the last
can't.
time this guy won a domestic title? Somebody tell me.
They can't.
When's the last time he won a Champions League? Last time he won a Champions League was Inter Milan in 2010. We're in 2023. Last time he won a domestic league title was it Chelsea? I think it might have been Chelsea. When's the last time? I'll go one step further.
Yeah,
When's the
yeah.
last time he
Chelsea.
competed for a domestic league title? But this is the guy I'm supposed to be afraid of. When's the last time he won a European trophy was with us in 2016? All right, if you want to put the Conference League, well, add the Conference League then. Point is, he's not this demon that. So to say he's fell off hard, yes. When people forget, when clubs went in for Mourinho, it was to win the league. When a club brought
Yeah.
him in,
It
it
was
was to
the
win
way.
the league. When he left Porto to go to Chelsea, Chelsea brought him in to win the league and the Champions League. When he left Chelsea to go to, and then he went to Inter Milan, it was to win Serie A and win the Champions League. When he went to Real Madrid, the same. When he went back to Chelsea, the same. When he came to Manchester United, the same. After Manchester United, it ain't been the same. That's why he went to Spurs.
That's it. That's
Spurs
it.
don't hire no one to go win no champs, and that's no disrespect to Spurs. Jazz is in the chat. That's a fact. That's a fact. You definitely don't go to Roma to do that. So what we talking about?
Yeah,
Yes, he
Jazz.
fell off.
My apologies on Conte, Jazz. I put my hands up. That was a bit.
Yeah.
That was a bit too. That was a bit too much on my end. That was a bit. I got to
Yes.
apologize a couple times on screen for that.
And
That was too much.
and United for life says flawless. What do you really want? You really want to avoid is Juventus because their only option for a Champions League spot after the points deduction is free Europa. They will go all out for it. Now I'm not really fussed who we play because I think we're the best team in the competition. That's why.
I'm not gonna lie to
If
you, bro.
if we were in the Champions League, I would not be talking like this. You lot have seen, well, for those that have been here long enough, when Manchester United were in the Champions League, I was saying, bring me the most favorable draw. Don't bring me the toughest opposition. We're the best team left in this competition. So do I fear anybody? No. So to answer Assad's question, do you man fear Juve? No. Look at the team.
No.
Look at
Like,
the team. Go
people,
on, fam.
I'm pretty sure they're starting Sandro at one fullback and Quadrado at the other. And I'm pretty
Yeah, I'll
sure
double check now.
Moises
I'll check now.
King gets pretty significant play time. Vlahovic not that good. Like, we have people to really deal with them.
Yes. Absolutely.
We have a midfield to really deal with them, bro. Like, we have a squad to really deal with them. They have to worry about us. That's the beautiful part. That's I think what Ten Hag, like we've been talking about the mentality that Kostic is the wingback. Thank you, Brian. Um, we don't fear anybody. We don't give
No.
respect to anybody. Now that's definitely hurt us in some matches, of course, but we won't speak on. But
Yeah,
it,
Moises Keane does play for them. I'm having a look. He played against Freiburg yesterday.
yeah,
Vlahovic,
it did.
Keane, Rabiot, Locatelli, Quadrado, Danilo, Chesney and goal. All played.
They got
All them man
Chesney and
played.
goal, and you people want me to be scared of
Yeah.
it.
But if we had Chesney and goal, we'd be a laughing stock.
And that's a RJ. That's a very valid point. And I'm telling you all this right now because of who the man Allegri is as a manager and that pragmatic football he plays. The last thing you want to do is play a team like Sporting, who thrive
Mhm.
when you get them off the ball and can honestly pass the hell. Like watching them against Arsenal yesterday, I was like, wait a minute, now y'all better
They
chill.
can shift.
All
They
right?
can shift the ball. They can shift the ball.
Woo, bro. They had that midfield spinning. They had no clue where the help was coming from, who the outlets were in the middle of the field. Like they played a hell of a game yesterday, people. So, and again, with Juventus, this isn't the Buffon Pirlo led Juventus that people think that we're dealing with here.
Facts. People think it's the Dan Del Piero and Edgar Davids is
Yeah,
out there.
like isn't that no. No, no,
Mhm.
no, 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 no. This is a hurt Juventus. This is a
Mhm.
Juventus where
Mhm.
as a club, their reputation has taken one of the worst significant, hits you can have when people accuse you of being cheats
Mhm.
and cooking the books. Now, at least City, they got like multiple cups and trophies to look at it. So, like, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. That's what we gonna say about City. Juventus is doing this to still be down like 20 points to Napoli. So I'm telling you, man, we have no reason to fear any team in this. I'm gonna be real. The one team I'm like looking at, like, okay, y'all are serious. It's Sporting. That's it.
And you know what? Even with the Sporting team,
But the
for
sport, yeah, go ahead.
all the praise they're getting against Arsenal, they might have 2 shots on target the entire game,
Exactly.
and they had to take. It took
Exactly.
them a wonder goal to level up the tie. I'm talking. Obviously, I didn't watch the
Hey
first half, so
man.
I'm not gonna talk about that. But I'm just talking solely from. I said this against Barcelona when everyone was in the chat. I go back to our half time when we were 1-0 down, and I stated verbatim and said,
Yeah.
what have they created? And people in the chat were like, they don't need to create anything because they're 1-0 up. I bet they wish they created
Okay.
more now. What
Big
kind of
facts.
nonsense is that? Where
Never
you're
heard of
playing in
that.
a game just because you're 1-0 up, you don't need to create and try and score goals. That is the most stupidest thing ever. But rather than just say, I'm hating, which is cool. If people were just honest in the chat, not all of you, but I'm saying the ones who aren't, were just honest and say, I dislike United, so I'm just hating. Even though I think you lot will go through, you lot are the better side, I want you lot to go out. I said it against Arsenal, against Sporting. I said, of course I want Arsenal to go out. But I'm not going to sit here and try and give you logical reasons as to why Arsenal are going out because they are the better side. And it took Arsenal being not on their A game and a wonder strike from Sporting for them to get 2 penalties. And then penalties, anything can happen. So like, but I'm not even gonna, as much as they're
Come
getting
on,
praise for that,
man.
let's not act like
Yeah, I
Sporting
hear
were
you.
absolutely amazing in that second half.
Yeah.
If they were
Nah,
amazing
nah.
and they had 2 shots on target, what happens if they're average?
And
Because
they had
I
a couple.
consistently look at that in games because people say, oh, such and such got played off the park. Then I'll say, it
Yeah.
happens with United all the time. People say United got played off the park. So I say, all right,
Right.
what did
With
the opposition create?
the.
And then man go quiet.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
you look at it and then you go, right, De Gea made 1 save. So for all their playing, no, it just looked pretty on the eye and you like that. That's all it
Yeah.
is. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And Marcel
No,
saying
for
it, yeah,
real.
because he said if you saw the first half flawless, they were bopping Arsenal. Usually teams go to the Emirates and park the bus, but Sporting deserve to go through over 2 legs. I'm not saying whether they did or they didn't. If they were
But
bopping Arsenal and had 0 because the 2 shots were both in the second half. So they were bopping Arsenal off the park, Marcel. I'm not even disputing what you're saying is wrong. I didn't watch the game. But if they were bopping Arsenal off the park and had 0 shots on target, what happens if they average or they're just good?
yeah. And it's like people. people. Like, I get we can revel in it because I love it myself.
Oh
But
yeah, it's brilliant.
when you see how they got the game level again, I said the same thing about us in Barcelona. What are the chances that Rafinha puts in a cross that goes between two players' legs and finds the bottom left-hand corner? What are the chances? Not very high, right? It
Mm.
took a penalty for them to get on the board, a questionable penalty for them to beat it.
Yes.
This brother, when I tell you, Ramsdale, oh, like I can't even
Mm.
front. I felt bad for everybody because you know how the camera be panning on people, and they just look at him and he just sitting on the ground, just like, did that just happen? Did that just happen? Because you won't see a goal like that again till the end, till next season. Maybe even not even next season. It's one of those goals where it gives you so much energy and it takes so much out of them.
Mhm.
Because
Yeah.
again, while they had passed and gotten it, like, I think their build up play, I think what people have to do is dissect the two things, right?
Yeah, yeah. That they
The
moved the ball
ability to
very well,
finish,
and I was
yeah, the
impressed.
ability to
Yes.
finish the play and the build up play. You
Yes.
can't have one where you can have one without the other, but then you still have to look back at it like, okay, we still didn't do what was
Yeah.
necessary for us to really dominate the game. We got away with it, right? Like us when Ollie was playing, when Ollie was the coach, we're winning games because we can finish. That's it. But when you break it down and you look at our build up play, it was never there. It was
Mm.
never there. It was always on the counter, right?
Mhm.
Sporting had build up play but couldn't finish. And their one goal came on you could just call it a counter because they legit won the ball back in the middle of the pitch. And Buddy sent one to God. God answered and sent it right back into the Arsenal goal. Now, because I'm looking at that thing, I'm like, yo, that got a chance. I'm just watching it. I'm just
Mm.
watching it. I'm like, yo, I got a chance. When
Mm.
it found its mark, I couldn't believe it, man. Yeah, and Marcel, look, I appreciate you because you a top op and you got an agenda and you want to see our misery. I appreciate you for that because at least you're honest with it, right? Some people act like, yeah, this is football talk. I've seen it from a football
Mm.
perspective. Nah, you hate United. Let that hate out your heart, but if not, at least embrace it. So, Marcel, I appreciate you because you embrace the hate for United. They can be a technically gifted side. I'm all for technically gifted players, but you don't win games on technicality.
Exactly the
you
point I'm
know,
making. That's
you
why
know?
Marcel lost the point. I'm not saying people. I am not saying that Sporting didn't deserve to go through over
Oh
two
my
legs.
gosh,
I'm
man.
not saying that. Let me repeat that. I'm not
Yeah.
saying Sporting didn't deserve to go through over two legs. My point is, people are waxing lyrical about that Sporting performance. I'm not saying they're wrong to wax lyrical about it. But if Sporting were this great, and I'm not disputing it, let's say Sporting were 10, 10, 9 out of 10, 8 out of 10. If they're 9, 8, 9, 10 out of 10 and had 2 shots on target, what happens if they're a 6? What happens if they're a 5? I fancy my chances against that team. If that's the best you are, and you are getting 2 shots on target against Arsenal, I fancy my chances. Because you know what? Creating of chances is what wins. Creating of chances and taking chances is what wins you games. And this is
Thank
what I
you.
was saying about the Barcelona game. I keep referring to it. Go and check the watch along at halftime. I'm sat here, cool, calm, and collecting, and go, yeah, we'll go through. Because Barcelona created nothing. Outside of the penalty, they created nothing. I'm like, we're going to create chances and get chances. And lo and behold, what happened? Like I said, I had people in the chat telling me, oh, you know what I'm saying? They don't need to create. Why do you not need to create? That's dumb. Even if I'm 3-0 up, I still want my team creating chances and scoring goals. That makes no sense. But people get blinded by great play and nice build-up play and technicality and 1-2s and given goals and pretty triangles and nice patterns. Yes, you need all that. 110% you need all that. And it's great to watch as a football fan. Great to watch as a football fan. But you have to create chances and take those chances. What did Sporting create? The one that hit Ramsdale in the face. That's the one.
Yeah.
The one that
Crazy.
hit Ramsdale in the
Oh
face.
yeah. Dog. That was the other one, huh?
Yeah, that was the other one, the one that
That
hit him in
was
the
all
face.
on, yeah, that was on the counter too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was the
like,
one that hit him. That's the one that hit him in the face. So that's all I'm saying. And to Assad, who says, don't sleep on Juventus, though. I'm not sleeping on Juventus. I don't rate them. Why
yeah.
would I sleep on someone I don't rate?
Yeah. People. We're in the Europa League and we're
people
top.
talking like this is the champs. This is Europa League, you know.
Yeah, you're gonna see these level of teams, especially if you're a team like us who has been playing at a high level the entire season.
Mhm.
Especially with the competition we're talking about. I think West Ham is like in the conference league like quarterfinals, maybe, or they might be on
Yes.
something
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that,
yeah, yeah. In the quarters, I believe so.
right?
Yes. Yeah, yeah. I don't know who cannot check the draw, but yes, they are.
Like
Yeah.
people, we that and again, I think when you look at the leagues, I think it's fair to say, I think Jess, you can help me out on this if you still I see you in
Yeah,
the chat.
Jez said
Yeah.
sleep on. Yeah, Jez said sleep on Juventus. They shit. And Tommaso is saying don't be overconfident. I'm not overconfident. We're the favorites for the
Nah.
tie,
Yeah, that's it. And
so that's why I'm talking like this. We're the
people were
favorites.
expecting Arsenal and United to be in the final. That was the common conversation that
Yeah.
yeah, United will be there and so will Arsenal, right?
Mhm.
They'd be shocked if that wasn't it. But, you know,
Yeah,
stuff
because
happens.
these same people who were telling me, "Oh, don't be overconfident against these teams," were telling me that against Barcelona, Marcel as well. You wanted them. You were telling me Barcelona were going to beat us and do this, that, and the third. You're not the only one. I'm just pinpointing you because you're here.
And
And what
now,
happened?
Marcel, I'm not questioning your bonars. I'm just saying I appreciate you because when you talk about United, of course, you're rooting for us to lose, right? And you do offer some insight, but at the end of the day, you could care less. You still want us to lose, and you're honest about that. That's what I was trying to say.
Mhm.
Um, and when I look at, I mean, honest people. Here's how. I think you have to simplify things in a language that everybody can understand, right? So I do it like this. With everybody, I see everybody likes a girl analogy, so we'll use it like that. I can talk to you all day. I can get the number. I can figure out what your likes are, what your dislikes are, everything. I can have you want to deal with me. Then when I ask you to go on that date, and that date turns into one of the worst dates you've ever been on, what was the point of me talking to you in the first place? That's how it goes. That's
Yeah.
how it goes. Like, what was the point of me talking to you in the first place? If when we get to the date, I'm stuttering over my words. I didn't knocked over the wine glass on the new red dress. Like, well, I didn't miss the chances. That's what I'm talking about, people.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it. That's
And
simple.
legit, that's what it is. Let me run through some of these as well. Asad says, "Flawless, you might get your pants pulled down. G, this Sevilla game takes you back to the football heritage." I'm not scared of Sevilla. I'm not scared of a team 3 points off the bottom of the relegation zone in the league.
Yeah,
You man can be
yeah.
that. I'm not
Y'all
that, you know.
can.
You lot can do that. That's right.
Allow
Obviously,
me.
you lot got Real
Allow me.
Madrid. Asad, you should be worried about you should be worried about Real Madrid. That's what you need to be worried about. That's
Oh
your
yeah.
focus. You know what I'm saying we played a team 2 points or 3 points off the relegation zone in the league. Or you're facing a team second in the league who just put 5 past Liverpool at Anfield, the team who knocked you out last year. You got bigger issues. You know what I'm saying? Than
Yeah,
that. Don't
man.
worry about that. You take that misery elsewhere. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of people trying to spread their misery and fear elsewhere. You lot be fearful.
Crazy.
Oh, it's Chelsea fans and Liverpool fans talking the most because you man seasons is done. That's you man. You man have no faith in your managers and your players. That's not me. Don't try to spread that. Plus, we're in the Europa League. If we were in the Champions League, I'd be like, all right, first. I'd hear that. If we were playing a Real Madrid, a Bayern Munich, and Napoli, I'd be sitting like, yo, Eddie, it could get peak.
Good
You know what I'm
get.
saying? And that. But no, I'm sorry, I'm not scared of Sevilla, Juventus, or Sporting Lisbon or Union Saint Burgers. You know what I'm saying? Or Roma. I'm sorry, no. You know what I'm saying? Not when our team has been playing the way it's been playing and the players we have and the managers we have.
Yeah.
But hey, this is each to you lot, innit? You know what I'm saying?
Each to
Then it
they
says, big up Flawless and Eddie all the time. Would you have preferred the second leg at Old Trafford compared to the Ramon Sanchez due to the Sevilla European heritage? No, I'm glad the first leg. Normally, would be with you, Dennis. The reason why I'm glad the first leg is at OT is
we
because
can
then we can
yeah.
put the game to bed like we did against Betis. Go win this game 3-4. Go back over to Sevilla with a 3-4 goal lead, and it kills the game dead. That's what I'm looking at. Kill this dead. On that watch along when we're playing Betis at home, it's 3-1. I'm saying get the fourth goal. Kill this dead. You know what I'm saying? Unplug the life support machine. And that's
Yeah.
exactly what we did. And that's what I'm looking for us to do against Sevilla. That's what I'm looking at for us.
Like
But
people, you are what your record says you are.
mhm.
Sevilla, I just feel like a lot of teams, right, have built up a brand that makes y'all think like, yeah, you know what? That's somebody to fear. But what does the point tally tell you?
Mhm.
They're not that good. Like that's simply what the so you can again it's the boogeyman effect. You heard the stories,
Yep.
so you check it underneath that bed. But then what happens when you check underneath that bed? Ain't nobody there. There's nobody
Yep.
there to scare you.
Ain't nobody there, man.
So people like you gotta again respect us and what we've done as well, right? We've had blimps. We've had
Facts.
blimps, of course. But respect the work we've done, right? Like we're top three in a season where people like myself had us as high as fifth. I think I said like maybe fifth, right? Right? No. Marcel. And this is because you my dog. If I tell and again, you know what I think it is with Marcel? They just, that Bournemouth situation a couple last week. So, they have to actually respect lower rated competition. I think that's what it is. They dealt with a
Mhm.
hard L. They got their 7-Up cup courtesy of us, Make a Wish Foundation FC, like I always call us. We give everybody hope. We give everybody a dream every now and again, but I'll leave that one alone. They are not good. Simply,
Yes.
like there's no
Yes.
reason for us to overanalyze this.
Yes.
They're
Thank
just
you,
not.
Eddie. Yes. Does that mean they're not a threat? No,
And I
nobody
think
has
you
said, just
said it.
because of the way we're talking, nobody has said Sevilla are not a threat. Nobody has said it's 100% guaranteed Manchester United going through. I'm just saying I like our odds. Our odds are high. You know what I'm saying? And
Joseph. Here's the thing too. Joseph says it. Joseph said it. Joseph
our
said
odds
it.
are high.
They have Alex Tellez at center back. The only good thing about Alex Tellez is his left foot, not him playing football. That's it. And this was like a skill competition. Yeah, Alex Tellez might do his thing, but we come on now. Come on now. At our worst, at our absolute worst, we said Alex Tellez still wasn't good enough. And he starts for Sevilla, and I'm supposed to be,
Is he on there? Is
scared.
he there alone or do we sell him?
He's there on loan, but he's about to get sold. By everything, all indications are he's gonna get sold.
Yeah. And it's just because it's a conversation, but yes, again,
Yeah,
just because of the
yeah,
way I'm talking doesn't
yeah.
mean, again, I'm very specific with what I say, people. I have not said United 100% guaranteed without doubt win this competition. I've not said Sevilla have zero chance against us. I've not said Juventus or Roma have zero chance against us. I'm saying the percentage is in our favor. We are strong favorites for this competition because if roles were reversed, nobody will be talking about us like that way. If we were 2 points or 3 points of the bottom three in the Premier League and Sevilla were third in La Liga, would anybody be talking about it being close? No. You know what I'm saying? And that we're not sleeping on these teams. I just don't rate them. You rate them. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? And that
yeah.
you rate them. You know what I'm saying? Man said I'll be in the cup waiting for the scenes, but when you got slapped 5, you disappeared.
We
You know what I'm
gonna we
saying? Let's
gonna
not do that.
see Sally
You know what
Sell.
I'm
We
saying?
gonna see. We
He
gonna see
disappeared, so
Sally
don't do
Sell.
that. I'm not you, so I'll be waiting in the scenes. You're the same guy who said Barcelona will beat us. Got that wrong. Same guy who said Newcastle will beat us in the final. Got that wrong. And you're gonna go 0-3 when we beat Sevilla, and 0-4 when whoever it is, and 0-5 in the final. And they'd be like, oh, you man, whatever, man. Like I say, misery loves company, man. Misery loves company. Absolutely goddamn lutely. That's what it
Judy
is.
Sports, I know you lying.
Yeah, and we'll get to that, Judy. We're gonna get to that in a second. And just to answer this question as well, the last point on it. So question flawless, the same way to be wary about teams that are fighting to stay up in the Premier League. What's the difference between a team fighting relegation in Spain? Those type of teams are dangerous. One, they're not battling relegation in Europe. Two, where did I say don't be wary? I've never said,
I'll
again,
say it.
presuming things and putting words in my mouth. I never said I never said don't be wary. Manchester United have to be on their A game. And
I'll
if we're
say
on our
it.
A game, we beat all these teams.
That's
That
it.
being said,
Like
we beat Barcelona when we were on our A game, but you understand my overall point. Just because I'm talking about these teams in this fashion, I'm looking at their records. These things matter because when we played Barcelona, it was Barcelona are top of the Liga, they're 5 points clear, blah blah blah. But now we're talking about Sevilla. Man, don't want to use that argument. Like, Whatever, man. That
We
is the
gotta keep
genders
it.
and
We gotta
nonsense.
keep it
You gotta keep it
consistent.
100. When we were playing Barcelona, it was all Barcelona are top of the league. They're 5 points above Real Madrid. Real Madrid just beat Liverpool. Blah, 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 and all this.
Let's
They're going to
keep it
win La Liga.
consistent, people.
Xavi ball. But now we're talking about Sevilla, who are in a relegation fight. Oh, no, that don't matter. We can't just look at their record. They're dangerous. No, absolutely not.
Gotta
No.
be consistent. We gotta
No.
be consistent. You can't.
I'm saying.
You can't not give.
Yeah,
You
no.
can't give Barcelona all that credit for being at the top of the league and being a dangerous outfit, and that's beating them. And then when we see a team that's bottom of that same league, not take that for what it is. You took what Barcelona's placement was for what it was. Take what Sevilla's placement was. And again, look who they've lost, people. They've had their entire team pretty much ransacked. Let's start with this season with Enzo. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Enzo's on Benfica. I always get those red kits mixed up. But, yeah, it's like, I think the last time we lost it was Lopatelli, however you say his last name. He was at Wolves now, right? They have all these players who have left or are trying to leave. They're not good. We can simply say they're not good and keep it pushing.
Well, I don't know why that's the thing. Oh, don't be you're not wary of them. Who said I'm not wary of them?
Again, I say it again.
I respect all teams.
Competition. Yeah,
I respect all teams.
But you have to, if not more, respect what you can do. Because if
we strong favorites, so I'm going to talk like we're strong favorites. We're strong favorites.
If you give the competition more respect than you give yourself, you're setting yourself up for failure.
Yeah.
Because at first you have to believe that you really are those guys.
Yeah, right? we're strong favorites. So I'm talking like we're strong favorites. People just don't like it. But hold that.
I personally, Jez, I don't respect Liverpool, but I respect their success. If that makes sense.
Here's the thing is, I said this. Yes, I respect every time we play them because I know they can turn us over.
Yeah.
Whether we're the better team or not, I respect everybody. Yeah. But if we're strong, but I never feel we're strong favorites playing Liverpool. Away specifically. Home, when I ever say we're strong favorites, at times I've felt we're strong favorites, but never away.
Yeah.
Nah. See, Barca weren't favorites against us. That's the crazy part.
Yeah.
When you tie it up, you know what I'm saying? And Barca, even if Barca were favorites, it was slight. They weren't strong favorites. People were talking like we had no chance. And I said, and I called that tie spot on. When I said stylistically, we match up beautiful against them. And we battered them. Not in scoreline. I'm talking from a playing standpoint.
Yeah.
They were lucky it was 4-3. Only 4-3. So if someone had Barca as favorites against us, I said, cool. But they were slight favorites. People like you, Marcel, and others were talking like it was clear. You were talking like the difference between Barcelona and Manchester United is the difference between Manchester United and Sevilla. It's not the same thing. We are clear favorites against Sevilla. Clear. Barcelona are not clear favorites. Favorites, cool. Clear? Absolutely not. That's my point. But people like you and others were talking them up, talking about, oh, Barcelona, this, and that, and they got slapped. Battered, created nothing, next to nothing. Lucky penalty, across come shot on a corner, over 180 minutes. What, 5 shots on target? Over 180 minutes? With Xavi ball and all these ballers like Pedri and Gavi? All right. Okay. All right.
Show me.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Just like, yo, I'm going to talk. If Manchester United are clear favorites, I'm going to talk like we're clear favorites. If we're slight favorites, I'll talk like we're slight favorites. If we're underdogs, I'll talk like we're underdogs. If we're heavy underdogs, I'll talk like we're heavy underdogs. But if people don't like that's on you, lot. There's no disrespect. You know what I'm saying? They're Sevilla. They're that great a side, they wouldn't be 3 points off the relegation zone. Name me a side that's great that's 3 points off the relegation zone in a domestic league.
Oh, Judy. I was like, you lying. Like it's not saying that you are lying. It's like I can't believe it.
Yeah.
It's like too good. It's like it's too good to be true. I'm sorry if you took it that way, boss. Nah, because I'm hoping it's all the way real, you know. But I was just here, like I couldn't. I'm like, it's still like that's how we say it out here. Y'all might say something like you know, I can't believe it. I'm like, you lying. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Nah, man. I hope I hope to the high heavens this is all, and it seems real because I saw that they spent like 10 hours together. They spent the whole day together.
Yep.
Um, and to be fair to Manchester United, um, the price is accurate. The price, like Manchester United being worth 6, but like if Real Madrid gets put, like again, that's how you have to look at it. Like if Real Madrid gets put on the market, the amount of money that they'll garner would be crazy. And that's what you're seeing with United. Like I've seen NBA teams, people who don't have the international profile of Manchester United go for 4 to 3 to 4 billion dollars. Right? I think the Suns. Yeah, you already know what it is, Judy. All love, man. Keep doing your thing in the chat, man. We
Big up Jody
appreciate you.
Sports, man. Yeah. Yo, continue to bring the quotes. I've been starving him, Jody. You've
Yeah,
not been ignoring you. We're just talking about something else. But go on. Continue on this, fam, because this is a talking point as well.
Let me look at the how much the Dipper sold for.
When he says Dippers, he's talking about the LA Clippers people.
LA Clippers. So yeah, imagine. The Dippers.
Go on, fam.
The Dippers play in the basement. Their locker room is located underneath the arena. It's not even, they don't even try to show them to people until it's game time, right? Like we're a bit embarrassed that they're in our arena, of course. They went for $2 billion. So they went for $2 billion.
Is it $2 billion? Mazo.
That's what I'm saying. It's $6 billion for United. It's about right.
Yeah. Let me get to this because Alpha says more info on the Sky Report. Sheikh Jassim is now willing to overpay for Manchester United with a figure close to the Glazers. $6 billion price tag after his representatives visited the club on Thursday. Obviously, Eddie mentioned it as well in regards to 10 hours they spent at Old Trafford. Jody Sports said here, Qatar ready and prepared to overpay for Manchester United. That's from Sky Sports News. Flawless, how exciting is Qatar? Ready to overpay to get the winning bid all over Sky Sports News. Promising times. I'm just not getting gassed because it's not done yet. That's when you'll see me get gassed. This is why you haven't seen me on here with the full attire. Bear in mind, I have it, people. And if they do take us over, I will be sat here in the full attire. I'm going to find it. It's somewhere in here. We'll be in here. I've got the gown. I don't know the actual name for it, but I've got the whole gown thing. I've got the head wrap. I've got the black thing you put around the head wrap. I've got the whole night. Because I went out when I was in Dubai a few years ago when I went out there on holiday. I got it. You know what I'm saying? So if they take over, I will be sat here probably for the entire week in it all. I'm not going to lie. I will be with it all. Because I'm not going to do the Hassam thing like he did on Battle of the North where it's, Liverpool are getting taken over. We don't chat to broke boys and then nothing happens. I need to go find that clip. Side note, big up out of context Sarcasm City. Because not only does it help support the channel so much, always crashing on Hassam. So yes, Jody, the fact that we have new owners who actually care about the football club is massive. And it could be the extra 5-10% we need to get us over the line in the competition, winning the Premier League, winning the Champions League. Then you know what happens? Being a dynasty and having continued success now becomes possible. Because I don't think under the Glazers that was possible. But with them at the helm, you can go and win 2 Premier Leagues in a row. You can go and attempt to win 2 Champions Leagues in a row. Because we're already a financial juggernaut as it is. So it's not a lack of money. Not only if we have the right owners, then we have the correct board in place. Then we have the correct footballing people in place, which then improves our footballing decisions, which then improves us on the pitch. Then we can go out and buy. If Ten Hag says, I need 5 players this summer, you can go get 5 players of top quality. If he's like, I need a goalkeeper, a fullback, a central midfielder, and a striker, we can go out and get 4.
Get it.
Like that's where
not have to struggle for it.
Not have to struggle for it and scrimp and scrape and be doing loan deals for Veghorst and Sabitzer. No disrespect to those 2 players because they've done well. But you don't understand my point.
You already know. To ex-Hellenator, well, okay, let's say the Clippers were a fourth sale. The Suns, Phoenix, sold for $4 billion. The Phoenix Suns sold for $4 billion. And we're talking about Manchester United.
Yes.
So that again, it's just the market dictates what you can demand. And if you're telling me the Suns an NBA franchise whose global reach is like a percentage of what like again people when Manchester United plays, the entire world is watching.
Yeah,
Literally.
well, I say this all the time. Manchester United are a worldwide juggernaut. Like, that's not just me. Anybody who's watching right now, if you know anybody who's from Manchester, anywhere you go in the world, if you tell people and if people ask you and they say, where are you from? Once you say Manchester, 9 times out of 10, the first thing they say is Manchester United. Can't even say, I've had this happen. I went to Spain. They didn't even speak, people who didn't even speak English too well. Or where you
They
from?
know them words.
Manchester or Manchester United. I say, yeah, of course. Of course.
They know them words, man.
Like, that's what people don't understand. United is a financial juggernaut. Even this channel shows that. Look at the amount of United fans who are from all across the globe. So whether that's the Caribbean, whether it's Africa, whether it's Asia, whether it's somewhere in Europe, you know what I'm saying? Like, all across the globe. Like, United are like very similar, kind of like the McDonald's logo. Wherever you see that, you know what it stands for. It's the same with that Manchester United logo. Like, you know what it is. That type of thing. Like, juggernaut. Absolutely. So now you add in us getting actually backed by people who care about the club, who will actually fix the toilets and fix the roof. Just basic stuff.
Yeah, shout out Judy, man. Got us watching it from Australia. Yeah. That's what's up, man. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for tuning in.
See, just prime example of what I'm talking about. Australia, 4:36 a.m. A man's here giving us reports in the country I'm in. You know what I'm saying? I'm in Manchester. But a guy from halfway across the world, you know what I'm saying, in a whole different time zone. It's 4:36 a.m. Is the guy here on a YouTube channel giving me and Eddie, who's in America, we're on 3 different continents talking about this.
About the same big club.
The same thing, because Manchester United is a universal language. Like, it's crazy. But yeah, Judy, I didn't even know you was Australia. Big up to you.
Big up, man. Really appreciate that, man. It's early as hell. You tuning in. That's what's up, bro. Appreciate that, man.
Love
giving fire information in the chat too. I've been seeing them in the chat, so yeah, appreciate
you. You should keep us posted as well, because obviously, because I'm on here, I'm not on Twitter, so you don't need to keep us posted. Jez, that's a wild comment as well. Big up to Rogue, who's from India. See, I didn't even know that. See what I'm saying? We got America, we got the UK.
No, I'm not doing this while Jez has put that. I'm gonna be Jez has put what I.
Jez is wilding, yo. Jez is wilding, yo. Jez is wilding, isn't it? Jez, you crazy. Jody says second round bids expected to be in by next Wednesday, according to Mike Keegan. Tier 1, an April announcement on winning bid. Let's hope so. April, that's round the corner. That's round the corner.
Jez, what is wrong with you?
Yeah. Jez crazy, man.
We're not even gonna highlight that, Jez. That's outrageous. That is outrageous.
We just gonna bypass that. But big up to Jez every single time.
Shameless.
Big up to Jez. And to I wanted to get to, there was another comment as well. Continue to get your questions in. Joseph says, if these men win the cup treble, they will be shameless. Of course. What fan base wouldn't be? What fan base wouldn't be shameless? It's a treble, it's not the treble, but who wouldn't be? Bear in mind, this wasn't even in my thought process at the start of the season. I was saying, bring me one. I said, bring me one in 6th place. I said Carabao Cup and 6th place, and I'm cool with it. I said, I'm cool with that. I'm like, that's an implement a style of play. And we go, look at now, I'm talking Carabao Cup. We're in the top. We're going to finish in the top 4. We should finish top 3. And we're genuinely on for a Europa League and FA Cup. Arsenal going out is absolutely huge. Them going out. That opens up this competition even further. Because even though I think we would have got past Arsenal, is a much tougher proposition than it is a Sevilla. Say we would have drew Arsenal, for example. Or if Arsenal had got past Sporting, we could have got them in the semi-final, which is what I expected. I didn't think it'd be a final. I thought we would have got them in the semi-final. And that's it. I mean, that's it. But thankfully enough, they went out. I'm just hoping Burnley can beat City on Saturday in the FA Cup. Because City are an obstacle. And again, do I think we beat City in the semi-final? Yes. Our City favourites for that game. Yes, if we do play them, whether it's semi-final or final. But I'm hoping Burnley can do a job. That's what I'm hoping for. Bring me the most favorable draws possible. So to Joseph, who says, if this man win the cup, who wouldn't be shameless with that? Or would we be shameless, or would we just celebrate?
I might be a bit shameless. Yeah. I might be
celebrating.
Yeah, I feel it. Camavinga.
Wait, what's this?
Oh, let's
Is this true? You saying Manchester United are willing to pay a fee of 79.6 million, 90 million euros to sign Eduardo Camavinga? Multiple sources confirming MUFC Camavinga interest. Camavinga from Real Madrid, Camavinga.
Yeah.
I don't believe that. That's
I'll
too good to
believe
be
it when
true.
I see it. Yeah, I'll believe it when I see it.
But you know what I said? I said that about Casemiro. I was like, yeah, I don't believe that. And the next thing I know, he was here. But I don't believe we signed Camavinga. I don't believe that. Alpha, where are you getting these? See, man's ITKs, man, in the know, man. This ain't true. You know what I'm saying? MUFC want to sign. Hey, Judy, your time. You're the reliable source. Once I hear it from you, I'm like, I know there's some truth. Not saying you're lying, Alpha. It's just that you're new here, so I don't know your credentials. Because I don't believe we signed Cam. Why would they sell Camavinga?
Oh yeah, Emma. Shout out to Emma, one of the real ones in the
Emma,
chat.
a real
Yeah,
one.
we
Yeah,
were.
yeah. If
We
Emma
were.
says something, I'm like, yeah, she a
We
real
were.
one.
No, we were looking at because that's facts. We was looking at him at. We were looking at him when he was still on that league inside. I forget which one it was. I think it was Lille he came from. I'm not too sure, but
the chat will know.
Yeah, we were linked to him when he was still before the Kevin video.
Well, all right, that's it. Hey, bump up the likes, you lot. Over 40 of you lot in here. Let's get up to 40 likes. Let's get up to 40 likes before we close out the show. Continue to get your questions in as well. Just please keep it Manchester United related. Subscribe. I know there's some new subscribers enjoying the content. Hit the notification bell. Get us up to 5,775. We're looking for 3 new subscribers, man. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the notification bell. We're back at 11:30 p.m. tonight as well for the Q&A, where not only will we be discussing Manchester United drawing Sevilla in the Europa League, we'll be looking at the Champions League draw as well. So Chelsea getting Real Madrid, Manchester City getting Bayern Munich. So yeah, big up. You lot are crazy, man.
Judy got it.
You lot are crazy. You know what I'm saying? We just gonna bypass that. You know what I'm saying? We just gonna bypass that in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Man is wilding. And to Jez, who says, to be fair, Madrid was willing to let Casemiro go, Camavinga barely 22. But it's Camavinga, though. I can't see Manchester United doing smart business like that.
Yeah, take us back on track, Paul. Please,
yeah, it's cool, man. Get your laugh out. It's cool, fam. It's wild, isn't it? Like, I'm just like, whoa. These lot with this Kim K stuff is nuts, yo. It's nuts. For real, for real.
No, I've seen something on Instagram that was all bad.
Yeah, people like, blaming her for the loss. You know what I'm saying? And, people are blaming her for the loss.
I'm actually hurting. Yo, that's great.
It's all mad. It's all mad. It really is. But
yeah,
Judy and
Jez in the chat, like the Krypton Blood, just tied the rags together with this Kim K stuff.
Yeah, and Jersey saying, nah, I mean that Camavinga is the future. Doubt they will sell now.
Exhale want to get into it.
Yeah, man. Everybody gonna jump on that bandwagon. Shout out to Arsenal though with the leaking roof. You know what I'm saying? Because when it's ours, everyone got jokes. At least our stadium's old. I'm saying our stadium old. Yours is new. I'm older than the Emirates. I'm older than the most of us probably are older than the Emirates. Emirates is a brand new stadium, pretty much. Yeah, I hear this. Alpha says flawless. Camavinga hasn't cemented his position in the starting lineup. Camavinga has started from the bench for most of the season. Real Madrid rate Jude Bellingham highly and have made him a priority. Even if they side Jude, I don't see them letting go of Camavinga. Bear in mind, both Modric and Cruz are going to leave at some point, whether it's this season or the next. Like, I don't see it happening. Like, I need further sources. What's the source of this? Where is this from? Does anybody know? Because Camavinga would be, let's talk about it hypothetically. Great signing. A Camavinga Casemiro, he is the type of player we need. You know what I'm saying? Gives us a lovely balance. Physically has it in terms of getting across the ground. You know what I'm saying? Strong, agile, all that stuff, mobile, technically very sound. Can play short passing, long passing, good defensively, good offensively as well. I've been impressed every time I've watched Camavinga. Yeah. But I don't see us signing him. And also he has that dog in him as well.
That's what makes him so much
dog in him.
A good signing for us. Is I think that's like at a baseline, that's what you have to play in this United team. You got to be a dog, and then we'll worry. The technical level will come by the time you start playing the system. Yeah. Because a dog, you got to have discipline, right? That's why I think the midfield of the Camavinga thing might be there, because if you watch Real play, they play him but do they trust him is another thing. And do they trust him with the likes of a Jude Bellingham, right?
Yeah, and yeah,
And then
Johnny
I
even
think,
said there, flawless is a crap sauce on Camavinga. Yeah, we just talking about it hypothetically. I don't
yeah,
believe it's true
hypothetically,
either. It's
yeah,
all
yeah,
hypothetical. But go on, carry on.
um, yeah, that's the question mark. Because then here's the other thing. Now,
Mm.
I think Bellingham is the key for Haaland's future. I
Interesting.
think
Talk about it.
what because if you look at how it works out, right? Benzema has a year left on his contract, and I think Haaland has something like that on his contract as well. Um, City need a midfielder because Bernardo. I'm pretty sure somebody else, but I think Bernardo Silva is the main one who's probably going to end up
Mm.
leaving. So there's going to be a space for Bellingham over there, and Bellingham and Holland are good. They really look like great friends. Like they want to play again with each other. So I could imagine that playing a factor into wherever
Mm.
he goes. Right?
Mm.
If and if yeah, that's a good part. XL. Like if Madrid keep him, but I think because the injuries are starting to pile up, it might be time for them to move on. I think they're getting Modric, Cruz, um, and Benzema are kind of the stayovers from that regime that just
Mm.
dominated European football, and their time has come. It looks like, right? Just because of age,
Mm. Mm.
And Gundogan, thank you, Marcel. Gundogan's contract is up as well. So you look at that.
Mm.
City is in pole position to sign. Now, if they sign Bellingham, which I think they actually, honestly, I think Bellingham would like to come back to England.
Mm.
'Cause I just think that's what all of your top flight players like to do. Like they like to have that media profile and have it be in England, right?
Mm.
Um, so I can see that being the key, bro. So if he goes to Real, I could see Benzema getting put up out of there. Real activate that release clause, and he's a Madrista.
Oh,
And I think those are the two teams. Like, I'm sorry, Liverpool will never because y'all can't afford them. Y'all can't afford that and keep the lights on. Y'all don't got the facilities for that. You know what I'm talking about? So Liverpool, y'all got sold the dream. You got sold the
yeah.
dream.
And Jess says if Camavinga was available, I think every top club, including United, would be linked with him right now. I agree
Yeah,
with that. Emma
he
goes
has
on to say,
potential.
to be honest, you never know. We seem to have a decent relationship with Madrid regarding transfers. I won't be shocked if it actually happened. It all depends on Camavinga, though. We do have a decent record. Would I be shocked? Yes, but I was also flabbergasted and bamboozled by the Casemiro one.
Casemiro, yeah.
I hope to be wrong again. When I seen that, I was just like, whatever. I said to Flawless, would you take a cheeky Casado? I don't know what a cheeky Casado is, but if you're talking about Casado from Brighton, yes, of
Brighton.
course. He's a quality player. Like both of them, like people are saying, oh, preference. Either or is a steal. If Manchester United signed Camavinga or Casado or both, I am over the moon to be linked with players of that caliber. So to go get one or the other, I'm with it. 100%. Man, I mentioned Benzema if he's available. 100% I take Benzema if he's available. Without doubt. I don't care what age he is. Like, he's the only one I'm breaking the rule in terms of an age thing. I don't want to see
Yeah,
no
I feel
35,
that.
6-year-old on the way. But if he's called Karim Benzema, get him to Old Trafford. Same with the Camavinga, same with the Casiedo. Yes. These are players who, do I think we sign any of these three? No. I'm talking, man, this is all hypothetical. But would I take those three players? Absolutely. Absolutely, I would. I just can't see it happening. I really, really can't.
Yeah.
Let's see. What did I miss? Anything as well? To Marcel, who said, let me get to this. So Flawless and Eddie, if United doesn't win another trophy, how do you rate the season? In my opinion, from the outside looking in, it'll be a failure based on the context of the season. No, it won't be a
Um.
failure because to me, this is just to me, all the objectives have already been hit. So it'd be disappointing. The ending will be disappointing, but
Yeah.
overall, the season be a success? Yes, because our season has, to me, already been successful. It's just a question now of how successful. We've already had a
Yeah.
7 out of 10 season. We can't dip below that because Ten Hag has hit all the objectives and overachieved what I wanted. I don't expect us to be this much better and improve defensively, offensively, individual players, style of play, being able to give different looks, whether it's defensive, whether it's a little bit more offensive, adding a trophy, adding the fact we're gonna finish in the top 4 on top of all those things when I was saying 6. So to me, yeah, this season's already been at least already. Worst case scenario is a 7 out of 10. It's been a success. What are you saying to this, Eddie, before we close out?
This is one of those questions that you have to accurately apply context. Like you can't just throw it out there and not really, and just say things for the sake of it, right? Like you outlined it perfectly. Like we were hoping for a trophy, and we're in the quarterfinals of 2 other competitions with favorable matchups. We're 3rd place, and nobody really cares for 3rd place. Nobody thought, but that's it. Nobody thought we would be there. If you go to, I pray that somebody at the end of the season, when they're doing, when we have in our victory rounds, right? Because I do believe that we'll get 2 more trophies. I confidently believe that we can get 2 more.
I agree.
I want all of the pundits, I want all the people on YouTube, I just want a reel of them saying where they thought we would finish. Especially after those first 2 games. When we lost to Brighton and Brentford the way that we did.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's what I want. That's what I want. That real, right? And it's just it's one of those situations where. Thank you, Emma. Always coming in with the facts. Like that's it. That's
because the bar was on the floor. Emma said the fact that I could actually see what we're doing on the pitch is a 10 out of 10, and that's where we was at. So with all the improvements, it's been a success. You know what I'm saying? It's been a success. Crazy. Now it's just a question of how successful. I'm with you, Eddie. I genuinely think we'll win 2 other trophies.
Yeah.
Like I've got more confidence because before we win the Carabao Cup, I was like, I think we'll get 2 out of 3. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's winning the Carabao Cup. I don't know if it's getting beat by Liverpool in the fashion and everything happened where I'm like, we'll still win 2 other trophies. Arsenal going out as increased man. I just need City to go out against Burnley ideally. But yeah, I'm confident of those 2. I think we'll get at least the bare minimum. I think we get at least 1 more.
So what's your score for Sunday?
I will say 2-0. I reckon 2-0. 2-0. What are you saying? RJ, I've not got the video of Sam. I've not got it.
2-0, 1-0. I think we can shut it down. I think Fulham has been kind of losing steam of recent. We got it at home, which is the best part.
Yep.
We don't really put too many. Usually, all of our bad performances have happened on the road.
Yeah.
So, I think 2-0, 1-0. Just 1 more goal than them. That's all I care for. 1 more goal to them. International break. Let our brothers put their feet up, and relax. That's all. That's the perfect Sunday for me.
Absolutely. And Emma says, if we actually get someone from Real Madrid this summer, can we start calling them our feeder club? Hey, that's what I run it shamelessly. If we get Camavinga from them, be like, you go get players and we take players from you. It's nice to do that to Madrid. It's too long they've been doing that to us. The only one that I really feel that they took, I'm like, is Cristiano Ronaldo. Beckham, I was like, at the time I was young.
It's about that
I understand
time.
it. Van Nistelrooy I fully got because then we went on to be successful. So yeah, Ronaldo's the only one. But yeah, to take Casemiro from them, and then if we then go and get Camavinga, which won't happen in my opinion, by the way, people, I'm all for it. But yeah, Emma, I love the shamelessness as well. And yeah, Hassan was saying, I'm like I said, I'm gonna bring that up. He was talking about FSG selling to Qatar. Now it's us in it, but we move. Big up to Marcel who says, sorry to burst you, man. Bubble, you ain't getting no more trophies. I'm putting it on wax. Big up to all you, man. Great show as always. I'm out. Catch y'all on the next one.
My dog,
here, the thing is, big up Marcel. Even if we don't get another trophy, we still had a successful. We still had a successful season. But big up, catch you on the Q&A. It's still like I'm still happy with how the season's gone. What happened to Martial Flawless? No signs of his return, although he has resumed training. I think they're just monitoring him carefully. I think they're being extremely careful with him. That's why we're not seeing Martial back. I don't even know how true this is, but Ten Hag on Eriksen return. I don't think he's ready for Sunday against Fulham in the FA Cup, but he'll be ready in April. He's come back and we're happy about that. How true this is, I don't know, people. All the quotes that you hear on there, don't take as gospel. I don't know how true it is, but we're just reading out some that's been said. Hopefully this is true. He's saying, I don't think he's ready for Sunday. So that means if he don't think he's ready for Sunday, that means international break he's back.
He's close, yeah.
But yeah, so your final scoreline prediction for Sunday.
My final scoreline, I'm gonna go 2-0. I'll go 2-0.
Okay, so you're saying 2-0. I'm gonna say 2-0 as well, and go get into that semi-final. That's what it is. There will be a watch along for that on Sunday. Love to everyone that has tuned in here as well. Judy Sports says, "Oh yeah, Mudgy, pick up everyone. Hopefully, yeah. 1 second, I'll do that right now, Judy. Give me a sec, because you are here often enough. 1 second.
There you go.
I'll mud you right now as we speak. 1 second. Yeah, I just modded you right now, Judy. And to Star-Lord, who says, I can actually catch a late Q&A. Let's go. Hey, big up, man. Every single time, Star-Lord. Don't forget, like Star-Lord, if you want to be a member of the channel and on the Q&As, your comments, your questions take priority like a super chat, become a member. Star-Lord's a member. You got Jez who's here, a member. Eddie who's on here is a member. Plus more. Many great perks on the membership. You know what I'm saying? When you join the membership, I should say. On the Vieira getting sacked, Jez, I'll talk about it on the Q&A. But I think it was wrong. Long story short.
That's a better forum for it. Yeah. Shout out to Alpha Kenny too.
Yeah.
Created a lot of good conversation in this thing as well. So yeah, we appreciate everybody.
Love. Man. But Eddie, anything else you want to add before we close out?
Nah, just people in your spare time, when you find time, make sure you get out a big laugh for Arsenal. Dude, I'm talking about. Just make sure you find a moment to laugh. Right? Just find a moment to laugh at it. If you want to go look at some great football, go rewatch the goal from the halfway line. Hey man, just enjoy the show. But yeah, Flawless, always my dog. Appreciate you. Chat Mafia, appreciate all of you. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you're back here at 11:30. Peter, your team's gonna lose, so we don't even care. And yeah, make sure y'all back here for the Q&A for sure.
Yeah, 11:30 p.m. All of this is on the upcoming live stream schedule. I'm over on the terrace in 2 minutes, people. So get over to the football terrace for the top 6 show. I'm over there literally in 2 minutes. And then you may get the Forest Newcastle watch along on the Twitch. You might, I'm not 100% sure. You might get it, you might not. Keep an eye out. If you're following me on the socials, that's me, Flawless, on Twitter and Instagram, Sarcasm City TV. Anytime I go live on the YouTube or the Twitch, Sarcasm City TV, YouTube or the Twitch, I always post it. So you should be known. But hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, go follow the Twitch as well, people. And love to everyone who has locked in the ManDem United podcast. We're here it's Monday, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, 4:30 p.m. You can catch Eddie exclusively here on the Friday shows, but you may see him on a Monday, Tuesday, or Thursday, depending on what's going on. But this has been the ManDem United podcast live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Big up for tuning in.